Hey guys, in today's video, I want to show you how to create titles for your Reels on Facebook. Plus a little trick to ensure that your title always shows up on your Reels grid, because there is nothing more frustrating than uploading your Reel and only to discover that, oh my gosh, the title is not even showing up on the grid. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to make sure your title is always there. And if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Shamecca Stevens, and I help online entrepreneurs with video marketing strategy and simple systems that they can implement in their business to grow and scale online. So let's jump in. Okay, so in this portion of the video, I want to show you how to create titles for your Reels on Facebook. And so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, right here is my Reels page, and this is what you would consider the Reels grid. And so as you can see, these last 10 videos, I've started adding titles to the Reels. And so it just kind of gives your viewer a little bit of an idea of what the Reel is going to be about. And so as you see beforehand, I wasn't really taking advantage of titles. And so I was just kind of posting them, hoping for the best. And so you can definitely see where I started adding in the titles. And I think it's super important for your Reels because people don't want to waste their time on watching something, even if it is just 60 seconds, that they don't know what it's going to be about. So having an idea of what they're getting into is always a good rule of thumb. And so the way I create titles for my Reels is by simply going to Canva. So let's go over to Canva, and it's just canva.com. And you could do this with the free account version of Canva. Basically, all you need to do is just come across the top here and just kind of scroll till you see your story. And so I choose the your story template because I know that this is going to be ideal for using for your stories or your Reels. And I know that whatever I create on this template is actually going to work really well for my Reel. So right here is a blank template that it opens up to. Basically, all we're needing this template for is to just create those titles that we've seen. So right here, I come over here to elements on the sidebar menu, and then I just click right up under lines and shapes. I click the square. And the cool thing about this square is it has the pull bars on all four sides. And so you just want to kind of pull the bars across here and to basically start to create a title block for your Reel. And so what I do once I get one of these kind of, to the size and liking that I want it, I just click it again. And then I click this double square with the plus icon. And then I bring this one down. Now, what I'm going to do is click right here, this color square. And this is going to bring up all the colors that you could change your squares to, or that element to. So if you did not see your color like pop up, like if you don't have your brand colors put in just, here like I do, you can always come right here and you can search for it by the hex code, or you can just, move this bar along the way here and get to the ideal color that you're wanting to get to. However, I'm going to go ahead and change this to my secondary color here. And then the first color is going to be my hot pink color. And I'm going to just move that box up just a little bit. And now you can kind of see that it's taken shape. So you want to come right back here. And since I do every other box, like, the alternating color, I'm just going to come right here and click on this title box and then just hit the duplicate button. And so now this basically allows me to create, 3 different title bars. And you could even use this double arrow with the kind of circulating there where you see an arrow on this side and an arrow on this side. It just allows you to basically twirl or, turn that element. So you can totally do that if you kind of want to make it a little bit more fun and whimsical looking. You can totally do that. And, just adjust this to where everything kind of fits and shows up the way you need it to. You could even bring this particular bar forward if you would like. And to do that, all you need to do is come to these 3 little dots up here in the right corner, click and go to position, and position is going to pop up and you can bring it forward. I just always bring it to the front. If you do forward, it's just going to bring it up 1 layer. If you do to the front, it's going to bring it all the way to the top. It'll be the top layer. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind, just so you don't have to hit the button, several times to get it where you want it on your image. Now, what we need to do is go over here to the text area and add some text here to create our title for our video. So now I'm just going to click, one of these text here, and I'm going to use this left corner, the dot there, to kind of, increase the text size. Now I'm going to just drag that on down here, and you can pull from either corner generally to kind of increase your text size. And then I'm going to just make sure all that's selected. And so now what I want to do is be sure to change this text to where it's a little bit more bold and eye-catching. Like you don't want your viewer to have to really look and squint their eyes and, make it hard to see the title. You just want it to be an easy title to read just by, looking from a normal distance. And so now I'm just going to make sure all of the text is selected, and I'm going to come up here to this drop down menu and change this to Open Sans Bold. That makes that text a lot bolder and a lot easier to read. And so now I'm just going to delete all of that and then just start typing in the title of the reel that I want to name the reel. So right here, I'm just going to put creating, and I make sure that it's in all caps, creating titles. And then I'm going to go and create another box, another text box. I'm going to duplicate this text box so that I can move that right down here to the second line, and then maybe just tilt it a little bit, and then creating titles for your, and I'm just going to turn this back normal, 0 degrees, and then for your reels. And I'm just tighten this up. And so I'll kind of want to make this pop a little bit more because it looks a little flat here. I'm going to come right up here to effects, and I'm just going to put a shadow behind it. And the shadow that I'm going to choose for the color, you change that color out, the background shadow of the text there right here. And so I'm just going to select black so that it pops a little bit more than, just leaving it like that. And so now I'm just going to come down here to the next line of words and just go to shadow, and then come right here to the color area and change it to black so that this pops a little easier. And I'm going to do the same here and go back to shadows and then click the black. And so now this has created your title for your reels. And so now what I'm going to do is download this title that I've created for my reel and send it over to my phone, and then upload it to an app called Splice. And Splice is an editing app that you can use for editing reels and videos and things like that from your cell phone. And the reason why I use Splice is because it allows me to do the overlay super easily and quickly. And then it formats the video from being in the wide landscape mode and to the size of what your reels need to be. And so I just use that, but there's several different ways you could do it. You could easily just pull this into your iMovie and then just, pinch and drag the video to the dimensions and size that you would like. But for me, this is just the better way to kind of go about it. So to download this, the really important thing you need to do is hit share, and then you want to hit download. And then you want to be sure I always change the size to the highest quality that there is. And then I put transparent background. You want to be sure this little box right here is checked so that it doesn't have this white box behind it. It's just going to be your title boxes with your words. And so now you're ready to download. So you just hit download. And so now it's downloaded. So now you just come right here. And as you see, it's just got your text boxes with your words. So now I'm just going to send this over to my cell phone, and I'm going to just airdrop it. And so I just use that little button there, and here's my iPhone. And so now I'm sending this over to my cell phone, and ta-da, I've got it on my cell phone. And so now I'll show you how I add the title inside of Splice and easily download it and upload it to Facebook. Okay, to get to the Splice app, basically all I do is go to my video editing apps, which is in a folder that I've entitled video editing. And so right here in the center, you see Splice. It's the colorful S with the black background for the app. And so you just click that, and now it's going to load. And now I'm just going to select new project, this button down here at the bottom. This is going to allow me to upload my video. So say for instance, if this was the video I wanted to upload, I would just select it, and you see in the bottom left corner it's selected, and then I'm just going to select next. And so right here, when you click into where it says project 425, it's just going to date it with today's date if you don't name the project. And so I'm just going to create a title here for this particular reel, creating titles for reels. Okay, and then you're going to just hit done. And then now down here for aspect ratio, I'm just going to change this to Instagram Reels, because Instagram Reels is going to be the same size as Facebook Reels. And then once I've got that created, I'm just going to hit create in the top right hand corner. It's in the blue text up top. And so now I'm just going to hit create, and now it's going to pull in this reel. And so I'm just going to mute the sound because it's going to be distracting in this video. And to mute the sound, you just basically hit that button right here at the beginning of the reel. And I'm just going to kind of cut this down a little bit just so it will not look completely crazy by pulling that bar over to the right. And so now to add the title overlay to this reel, all you need to do is hit this little down arrow in the bottom left corner, and once you hit that, it's going to pop up media, text, audio, overlay, and effects. So then you just want to select overlay, and now it's going to bring up your library on your cell phone. We just want to click this that we sent over to ourselves earlier from our desktop, and now I'm going to just select add, and this is going to add this to the very front of my video. The really cool thing that I love about the Splice app is, as you see, like when I press and hold this, like as I select this graphic, you can see that it actually has the little template outline of reels, like what's going to be in your way. So like if I put this here, this is going to be covered by graphics from Facebook or Instagram. So I want to just be mindful of where I'm putting this, and that's one of the reasons why I love Splice, is it kind of lets you know where things are going to show up on the actual reel when it's uploaded. So that's the really cool thing about that. So I'm just going to leave this here. You can also increase the size if you wanted to. You can make it a lot bigger. However, I just generally just keep it kind of, small there. And I'm just going to, leave it like that. And you want to be sure that the title is at the very beginning of your reel. And so once we have this all set up and good to go, we're just going to select export in the top right hand corner. And I always select Ultra 4K because to me, I'm like, why not? It's a short video and I want to give the best resolution as possible. However, it does not have to be Ultra 4K. It can just be full HD 1080p. And that would be sufficient enough. Now you just hit export video. You want to leave the app open while it is exporting the video, and it will pop up a message to let you know when it's completely exported to your cell phone. And then now this says saved in your photos, and so you know that this is now saved in your photos on your cell phone. So now I'm just going to X out of here, come right over here and just check to see that it's in here, and it is in here, and then ta-da, there's my title. Now all we need to do is come over here to Facebook, and we want to select Reels and create Reels. Now the trick here is getting your title to show up in that grid on your Reels. And so what you want to do here is click the reel that you want to upload, and right here you see how your title is on the screen. You want to be sure you hit next when your title is actually on the screen. Otherwise the screenshot that you're going to see is going to just be, the video and not of your title text. So just be sure that the text is actually on the screen and then hit next. So right here we're going to hit next, and so as you see here it says creating titles for your reels. Now your title is going to appear on your reel in your grid's view for all your reels. And so that is one of the craziest things that I had discovered and had to really research to figure out of how to make sure that my title actually did show up on that reels grid page. And so once you see that, hey, it is up here, it looks the way I want it to look, then you can start filling in your description, adding in your hashtags, and then you can hit share now, and then that will upload your video, and it'll take you to the reels page where you'll see the grid view of all of your reels and then your current reel uploading. And since this is just a demo reel, I'm not going to hit share now and upload it to my page. And so that's all you have to do to basically add the titles to your reels. And so that's how I add titles to my reels for my Facebook reels. And so that's everything in a nutshell of how to create captions inside of Canva, and always ensuring that your titles show up on the reels grid on your Facebook page. So anyways, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye!